Welcome to this week's episode of Build the Weight Loss Practice of Your Dreams. I'm your host, Karol Clark, and today I wanted to talk to you about how to manage when life or business throws you a curveball. And sometimes it may feel like you've got curveballs coming all the time, and it's hard to manage. It can really derail your motivation. It can derail your efforts. It can sometimes make you wonder what your next step should be and can create confusion. It's just something that happens, whether it's a personal something going on with a relationship or a death in the family or something like that, or a business change. Maybe business is growing too quickly, maybe not quick enough. Perhaps you've had some separations from partners. There's lots of different things. It just throws you a curveball. And it's how we manage these that help to define our future. So for me, I've recently experienced a couple curveballs with the loss of my mom, and anyhow, it can really affect how you are adapting. So here are some things that I have found to be extremely helpful currently and in the past, and something that I use a lot to help me manage these times and to move forward in oftentimes a stronger fashion. So the first thing that you should do is first to just pause. Sometimes we feel like we have to jump in because we're in charge and we just need to take care of things, but you need to really take some time to pause and evaluate what's really going on. And for me, sometimes I have to think about what's the worst case scenario that can come from this. And once I really rectify that and kind of decide what that is in my brain, I can then know what I would do about that, and it kind of gives me more of a sense of calm. But really taking some time to pause and evaluate what's going on is really important, and think about what that worst case scenario is and what are some possible solutions. Because as business people, as entrepreneurs, we are solution oriented. So we don't like to wallow in our problems. We like to come to resolution and we like to grow from them. So that's really important and one of the first steps. The other thing that is really helpful for me, and I know for a lot of people, I know I do this with a lot of different practices and leaders, is to get an outside perspective. Sometimes just a fresh perspective can help get you out of that situation that you're in and out of that constant loop that might be playing in your mind about the tragedy that happened or the difficulty that you're going through. So getting an outside perspective is really helpful, whether it's from your coach, whether it's from your business coach, whether it's from your accountant, your attorney, whether it's a trusted person. For me, I'm really blessed to have my husband, who oftentimes has more of a 30,000 foot perspective, when I get into the details. That's why I love doing blueprints, because I'm so detail oriented, but sometimes it can really get you going more in terms of just those steps versus really taking a step back, but getting a fresh perspective. The other person that I really respect and utilize is my brother. He always calls it and says it like it is. And so sometimes he's also another great sounding board. So think about who it is in your life that you can actually talk to get a fresh perspective on what is going on. Someone that you can trust, who has a sense of confidentiality, and somebody who really has your best interest at heart. So that's another thing that's helpful in terms of that second step. The third thing is and this is difficult for me, is to accept help. Sometimes when people offer to help, our first reaction is like, nope, I got it. It's all good. But really accepting help is something that can be really helpful. You also are strengthening the relationship with the person who wants to help you, because they want to do something. So it's one of those things that can be a gift for both of you. So accepting help, even though it may be difficult, is something that is also a great way to manage these curveballs as they come into our life. The other thing is not to forget self-care, giving yourself some grace, taking some pause, taking care of yourself, whether it's exercise, meditation, eating a healthy meal, doing something good for yourself, taking some time out on the back porch, watching the sunset, watching the sunrise, something like that that's going to help enhance your personal well-being is another thing that will help when these curveballs come your way, and taking time to do that and not feeling guilty about it. The next step is probably one of the most important ones after you go through that process, is to make a plan. Once you have a plan in your head, whether it's the right thing or not, or whether it's on its way to being the best plan. Having a plan in place brings a bit more peace. It also can focus your mind so that you can actually be focusing on those solutions, but actually making a plan is something that is really helpful and can create a sense of calm. And after that is just taking action. Taking that plan, starting to take action, adjusting as you need to along the way. Taking action will get you out of that sense of not knowing what to do next, or not taking seeing anything in terms of accomplishments and moving forward. It can keep you from wallowing in the situation. So taking action is really helpful. It's great for procrastination, anything like that. Whenever you're having a hard time staying focused, if you take action on something, it will help you immensely. And then finally, just being grateful for the people in your life, for your team, for those that are supporting you along the way as these curveballs come in, and taking the time to be grateful, and even writing that down, and saying thank you. Thank you notes or whatnot is really helpful. So these are the steps that can really help you best manage a curveball when it comes your way, whether it's personally or something business related. These are some steps that will help you gain traction, move forward quicker than what you might have hoped that you could. It also helps you grow through the process. And oftentimes you can end up a bit stronger on the other side. So I hope this has served you well. And we all get curveballs. It's just the way it is. If you ever have a curveball in terms of your business or something where you just want to take a time to talk to somebody about that, please reach out to me, Karol, Karol, at weightlosspracticebuilder.com. I love the monthly meetings that I have with all of our Bariatric Business Boss members, and all the weekly meetings with those that are on some of my more personalized coaching programs. And it's something where we can just be real and talk about what we're going through, and then really get a fresh perspective. I love kind of being able to take that step back, take the experience, and give a sort of a fresh perspective to problem solve. So I do care about what you're going through, and I am here for you. So if you want to reach out to me, that would be great. I've got lots of free resources. If you go to weightlosspracticebuilder.com/free, you will find many that will guide you through almost every aspect of your weight loss business, your weight loss practice, and patient care, patient outcomes. And it brings me great joy to create those and to help others along the way. So in the meantime, have a great day, and thank you for listening to the podcast. If you haven't subscribed, be sure to subscribe, and I will talk to you again soon. Thanks.